Imagine accidentally leaking military secrets in a group chat. Sounds too dumb to be true? Well, welcome to the Trump administration.
What absolute clowns. Total amateur hour, reckless, dangerous. These are literally the people in charge of safeguarding.
A high-ranking national security advisor, Michael Waltz, made the kind of mistake that would get most people fired instantly. He accidentally added a journalist to a top-secret group chat where Trump officials were discussing a U.S. military strike. And the irony? These are the same people who spent years screaming about secure communications and classified information.
The exposure of American sensitive information to foreign intelligence agencies by communicating in an insecure manner is incompetence, it is malpractice, it's inexcusable.
Let's break down this embarrassing disaster, the hypocrisy behind it, and how the right-wing media tried to spin it.
You're talking about a deceitful and highly discredited so-called journalist who's made a profession of peddling hoaxes time and time again, to include the hoaxes of Russia, or the fine people on both sides hoax, or suckers and losers hoax. So this is the guy that peddles in garbage.
Michael Waltz, a national security advisor, was setting up a signal group chat with some of the most powerful figures in the Trump administration. We're talking Vice President J.D. Vance, Secretary of Defense Pete Hegseth, CIA Director Rick Grinnell, and a handful of top military officials. But in what might go down as one of the dumbest security breaches in history,
the journalist was privy to the targets, the types of weapons used.
I've heard I was characterized. Nobody was texting war plans, and that's all I have to say about that. Thank you.
Waltz accidentally added Jeffrey Goldberg, editor-in-chief of The Atlantic. Goldberg, likely confused but intrigued, stayed in the chat long enough to witness discussions about an imminent U.S. military strike on Houthi rebels in Yemen.
I want to start by getting your reaction to what we heard from Secretary Hegseth there, saying that nobody was texting war plans. Given you were privy to this group chat, is that how you saw it?
No, that's a lie. He was texting war plans.
And just like that, highly classified national security information was casually dropped in a journalist's lap in a group chat. If you think the mistake ends there, think again. Not only were these officials discussing a military strike in a non-secure signal chat, a huge violation of security protocol, but one of the participants was actually in Russia at the time. A high-ranking Trump official was discussing classified military plans while physically inside a foreign adversary's country. If you wrote this into a political thriller, editors would send it back for being too unrealistic. And what did the administration do when they realized the mistake? Admit fault? Strengthen security measures? Nope. They immediately went into denial mode.
Secretary, we have comments on the signal group chat that you were involved in.
Yeah. Sorry, I don't have time to chat right now. I gotta scurry off and hide in a mouse hole.
Did you hear about the snafu? Can we call it a snafu? A little bit of an oops maneuver?
I mean, mistakes happen. Mistakes happen all the time.
Jeffrey Goldberg is somebody that President Trump and his senior advisors do not like.
He is not a credible reporter.
He is rotten.
Regardless of what you think, the operation was overwhelmingly successful.
If you read the content of these messages, I think you'll come away proud.
It was a refreshing look to see that we actually did have leaders that were getting along and having a robust conversation.
I have no concerns about it at all. It's adults having a discussion.
What you did see, though, I think, was top-level officials doing their job, doing it well.
It doesn't come close to Joe Biden putting all that classified stuff in his garage, does it?
Well, this is what the leftist media is reduced to. So now we're griping about who's on a text message and who's not. I mean, come on.
Did you ever try to start a group text? You're adding people and you accidentally add the wrong person. All of a sudden, your Aunt Mary knows all your raunchy plans for the bachelor party. Well, that kind of happened today with the Trump administration.
Let's talk about Pete Hegseth. Instead of addressing the catastrophic breach, Trump's Secretary of Defense went on the attack against the journalist. Hegseth called Goldberg highly discredited and compared the incident to past hoaxes that he claims were designed to take down Trump. But here's the kicker. This is the same Pete Hegseth who just a few years ago said Hillary Clinton should be jailed for using a private email server.
Anyone other than Hillary Clinton, they would be in jail right now.
Correct.
For what has been done. Because the assumption is in the intelligence community, if you are using unclassified means, there is the potential for and likelihood that foreign governments are targeting those accounts and gathering intelligence.
Apparently, mishandling classified info is only a crime when it's done by your political opponents. You'd think Republicans who made careers out of attacking Democrats for security breaches would have something to say about this. But nope. Senator Marco Rubio, who once called mishandling classified information inexcusable, refused to comment. And Michael Waltz, the guy who actually caused this mess? Just a few months ago, he was criticizing Biden's national security team for lapses in judgment. But when he personally leaks military plans in a group chat, suddenly it's not a big deal. If you ever need proof that conservative media will defend anything Trump-related, look no further. Right-wing outlets quickly dismissed the scandal as a small mistake or a group text gone wrong. Some even compared it to accidentally texting the wrong person in a family chat. Because sure, accidentally texting your mom instead of your friend is the same as leaking classified military plans. Incredibly, some commentators even spun this as a positive by claiming it showed Trump's team was efficient and quick thinking. If quick thinking means accidentally inviting a journalist to your war council, then sure, Vice President J.D. Vance was caught in a tough spot. Initially, he opposed the Yemen strike, arguing it went against Trump's isolationist policies. But once Trump approved it, Vance quickly fell in line. To avoid the backlash from this security breach, Vance and his wife conveniently took a last-minute vacation to Greenland.
Hey guys, it's J.D. Vance, the Vice President, and you know there was so much excitement around Usha's visit to Greenland this Friday that I decided that I didn't want her to have all that fun by herself, and so I'm going to join her.
Trump even fumbled his name while addressing the media, calling him that guy. J.D. something.
Greenland is confused about the Second Lady and the National Security Advisor visiting this week.
I thought it would be I have great respect for the wife of our great Vice President. I think she's a brilliant woman. She's a very nice woman, and she loves the concept of Greenland.
Loyalty in the Trump world doesn't mean much. Trump, the guy who used to fire people on reality TV for minor mistakes, did absolutely nothing about this scandal. Not a single person involved was punished. No firings, no accountability, just silence. It's almost as if Trump has lost interest in actually running things. As one observer put it, he's like an old dog that doesn't chase the ball anymore. This isn't just an embarrassing mistake, it's a major national security risk. The people in charge of U.S. military decisions couldn't even set up a secure chat properly. That should concern everyone. Even some Republicans quietly admitted this was a massive breach. But publicly? Silence. Because in today's GOP, loyalty to Trump matters more than national security. So here's the real question. If this had happened under any other president, what do you think the response would be?